guys, so my video today is going to be about positive discipline. As you guys know, I have a toddler. He was 16 months old, and I've been researching positive discipline for a while now. Discipline is respecting your child and knowing that they have to have reasonable limits and not hitting, not spanking, not tapping, none of that. You respect their body and you respect the fact that they do have tantrums sometimes and dealing with it in an effective way. To really understand positive discipline, you have to do a lot of research. I believe that positive discipline does work for every child, but it doesn't exactly work for every parent. I know that some parents go to school, some parents go to work, some parents have lots of other kids they have to take care of. So that's what makes it really hard. You have to have a lot of patience. Believe me, I am a stay-at-home mom, so I'm with Brody like 24/7, giving me time to build up this patience to work on being a positive disciplined parent. Instead of spanking him when he's doing something that he knows he's not supposed to do, I will sit down with him, get into his level, tell him to look at me, look straight into his eyes and say, I do not like that. This is why I do not like that. This is why you should not do that. I would appreciate it if you do not do that. Thank you. And then when they don't do it again, you praise them. Basically, you don't overreact to the fact that they're doing something that is perceived as wrong to you. You also really need to understand the fact that at their age, you really have to empathize. Really, if they see a toilet and there's water in it and they're 16 months old, they're not going to say, a toilet is where mommy pees and poops, so I'm not going to touch it. What they see is, wow, look at this big glass bowl. There's water in it. I can flush this toilet. It makes a big noise and the water disappears. Then it comes back. This is cold water and I like to splash with water. And even if you tell them no and you explain why, they're still at the age where they don't exactly understand. But the whole reason where you explain this to them and tell them why is so that they do understand when the time comes. So, for example, he does love the toilet. I do not have a toilet thing where it locks on and it's like a child safety thing. I do not have one. I'm probably going to invest in one because I have to have reasonable expectations with him. If I tell him, no, you cannot touch the toilet, you cannot play with the toilet, well, he's probably going to keep doing it. And that's not to say that I need to punish him in a different way. I just need to be consistent. And if he doesn't, do anything about it, I need to close the bathroom door and have a realistic expectation to that he does not understand yet, and so I'm going to give him the time and the space where he will understand one day. Another thing that my son is very into lately is opening and closing the cabinets and slamming them. If I put myself in his shoes, I think of, wow, I can open and close this. I can see the things that are inside, and then I can close it, and I can't see them again. It's really similar to peekaboo, and when I do this, it makes a really loud sound, and I think it's fun. Well, as a parent, what I see is, he's slamming these doors. It's gonna bug the other tenants in this building, and it may even hurt him if he slams it. He doesn't think of that, and he won't think of that for a long time. They don't really understand the consequences yet, which is why I will not smack him, because then he sees, well, mommy's the boss, and I feel like I shouldn't do anything wrong because then I will get hit. And I don't want him to think that. I want him to come to me for guidance, not be afraid of me. So what I do is I come down to his level. I say, you can open and close this, but you need to be quiet. And if you are going to slam this, we are going to close it and leave the room. This is an issue we're currently dealing with, and, well, I have to be patient, and I need to be consistent. I will tell him, we cannot slam these doors. We do not want to hurt these doors. By giving them, like, a soul and, like, feelings, it helps him understand a little bit more. We do not want to hurt these drawers, and I do not want you to get hurt either by slamming your fingers in these doors. So we are not going to touch these drawers. We are going to be gentle if we want to touch these drawers. I'm still currently working on this, but it does seem to be working. He will point at the door and he will shake his head no. So he knows that he's not supposed to do it, but sometimes he still will. And that also gives you a hint to, he's probably doing it for attention. He's probably doing it because maybe you're doing something else. Sometimes I'm cleaning, I'm washing dishes, I'm cleaning up the huge mess he always makes in the living room. Or maybe I'm on the internet apartment searching and he wants his attention, so he's going to do these negative actions to get my attention because he knows he will get it. So basically, in those situations, what you're supposed to do is give them attention throughout the day when you're not busy. Lots of hugs and kisses, lots of good jobs, lots of very interactive games with your child, and giving them positive reinforcement for things, little things that they do that normally you wouldn't think of. So basically, if you see your child put their toy away, give them a clap. Say, yay, great job. Be very excited. And they'll continue doing good things like that instead of ignoring the positive things they do, may they be big or little, and just giving them this attention when they're doing bad things. Like if they're cleaning up a little bit, or they made a new sound on their drum set, or they said a word instead of just being like, oh, okay. And then they go and they, I don't know, push a chair over, or go and try and play by the oven and going, hey, don't do that, stop. Then they're seeing that they're getting this attention, and they don't really understand good or bad attention. They just know it's attention and they want it. So that's what they're going to do to get it. Another thing about positive discipline, I made another video about my views on physical punishment. So if you want to hear more about that, I have the link right here. But basically, I really don't think it's a good way to discipline your child. It encourages an authoritarian relationship between parent and child, and I strongly don't believe that's a good thing. Mostly because I kind of grew up in an authoritarian relationship with my mom. Even still, if she gets mad at me, I am scared of her, and that's not the kind of relationship you want with your parents. I don't want Brody to ever be scared of me. I want him to know that if he does something wrong, that I will teach him, and I'll be there for him to guide him to do the right things. I don't want him to be like, oh, geez, I did something wrong. My mom's going to be mad at me and I'm in trouble and I'm going to be grounded, because I don't want to be that kind of parent. I want to be the kind of parent that if he breaks a window playing baseball with his friend, I'm going to say, well, how do you think we should deal with this? I think that we need to raise some money to pay for this person's window, and you're going to have to help them install the window. That way he's learning something, he's learning responsibility, and he's learning the price of money. That's positive discipline. Negative discipline would be, you're grounded, go to your room, you're not going to be going anywhere for a month. Now, really, that doesn't teach them anything. When you think they're sitting in their room thinking about what they did, they're just thinking, well, my mom's a beep, and I am mad, and wow, this is stupid. They're not really learning anything. You think that they're thinking about their behavior, but come on, when you were in timeout when you were younger, did you really think about what you did? If you're anything like me or the other 90% of the population, no. You were just angry and you talked smack about your parents when you went to school the next day, and you just thought your parents were so well, I don't want to be that kind of parent. At the same time, it's very important to know that I do not want to be a friend to my child. I will never be a friend to my child. I will always be their mother. I'm not going to be the kind of mom that's like, oh, well, you can do what you want, and if you mess up, that's kind of on your plate. No, he's going to learn responsibility, he's going to learn respect, and he's going to learn very important values, but he's going to learn it in a gentler way. And I find that that's how you really raise good human beings. Not saying that if you don't do that, you're not going to raise a great human being, because you will. I'm sure you will. If you do what your heart tells you, then you will. But this is another way that I think is really great, and it's really worth it to try. I mean, your child will grow up having more empathy, and I think empathy is really important in today's society, because, I mean, if you heard about Amanda Todd, that's just a whole lack of empathy. Like, they didn't care about her, and I don't want my son to be one of the people that are bullying her. I want my son to be standing up to these bullies and helping someone like Amanda Todd. Your child will have more self-confidence, they'll be more well-spoken. If they don't believe in something, they will speak up against it, and that's the kind of child you want to raise. You don't want to raise a child that's going to be like, well, someone says this, I've got to respect their authority and do what they say. You want a child that's going to get that raise in that job because he's going to be like, hey, I don't agree with you, here's why, and here's how I think we should fix this. Not to say that that's what my son needs to do, because whatever kind of career he has, I will respect that. So that's basically my view on positive discipline. If you guys need to know any more information, or if you have questions or situations that you want my help with, I can definitely help you problem solve and figure out a great solution for that. Whether your child is hitting or biting or banging their head against the wall, or they keep hurting their siblings or hurting other people, I can try and help you the best I can with your child and disciplining them and getting this whole thing started, because I think it's really worthwhile. It's really great. And if you just Google it, you'll see a lot of positive, wonderful things about it. And if you do decide to try positive discipline, leave a comment below or send me a message or just let me know how it's going. Good luck to you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye!